All right, Trump's behavior outside the courtroom of his first of four criminal trials continues to degrade and debase. Here is Trump struggling to find the right words and saying that the judge is complicated. Trump doesn't mean to say complicated. He means to say conflicted. This is arguably another one of the phonemic paraphasias that doctors John Gartner and Harry Siegel told us about. But here is Trump with a pumpkin-colored tie on one of the final days of the trial.
We have a judge that's extremely, let's say complicated, but let's also say conflicted. He's complicated and conflicted. And it's a very strange situation. Nobody's ever seen anything quite like it.
All right. So there is Trump relying on those catchphrases. No one's ever seen anything like it. He often uses those as a linguistic crutch when he loses his own train of thought and doesn't know what he's saying. Also, the word complicated came out of his mouth. He clearly didn't mean to say that. Trump also with a word salad about how they are going to be resting, and he never gets to rest. Now, he's referring to the defense resting, but he says he never gets rest. Of course, he slept through the trial. He quite literally rested during most of the trial by sleeping in the courtroom.
Here I am. I will be doing something in the morning and then probably coming back in the afternoon, and we'll be resting pretty quickly. Resting meaning resting the case. I won't be resting. I don't rest. I like to rest sometimes, but I don't get to rest.
There you go. And Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, not super entertained by this routine. But I mean, when you sleep every day in court, to say you never get a chance to rest sounds weird. Trump also bemoaning that he would like to say things to you, but he can't say them because he's gagged. Now, he says, I would love at some point to get an opportunity to say things about this trial, which, of course, he could have done if he simply testified the way he claimed he was going to, but he didn't.
And you see what's happened there with the court. Remember, I'm gagged. I'm not allowed to say what I'd like to really say.
He's gagged, guys. Why can't you understand that?
Because you'd be very impressed, but I'm gagged, so why would I take the chance? But we do want to defend our Constitution, so at some point maybe I will take the chance.
Yeah, and the chance to do all of the right things and tell the story would have been just to get up there and testify the way you said you were going to do. Trump was asked, why did you decide not to testify? And he just ignores the question and walks away. This is really the one main question about all of this. You can rebut the lies being told about you, supposedly, by testifying. You can get out of being gagged by testifying. But no, he doesn't testify and he doesn't tell us why.
We have an incompetent president, and we have to win. And as I've said, November 5th, the most important day in the history of our country. Thank you very much, everybody.
So why did you decide against testifying in your case?
And no answer to the one question that really is the one that deserves to be answered. Why didn't you testify? And of course, we know the answer. It would be a disaster. He would perjure himself. They have no coherent alternative explanation for what took place. Final clip from this tirade. Trump says that it's cold. It's too cold in the courtroom.
Every single scholar says there's been no crime, he's done nothing wrong. And I'm fighting for 300 billion people. I mean, I have no choice. It's not that I like doing this, sitting in an icebox all day for 7, 8, 9 hours. And it's a very cold room, I will tell you that. But I'm doing this because our country needs it. Our Constitution's under threat.
Yeah, and the temperature in that courtroom, really a major part of the problem. If you are trying to be seen as the candidate with vigor, energy, and effervescence, complaining that it's chilly in court and sleeping every day during the trial is not exactly the way that you necessarily communicate that, as it seems to me. So this trial is finally winding down. I believe the schedule is for closing arguments. They may be pushing them to next week. I guess the judge didn't want deliberations to start right before a 3-day weekend with Memorial Day. So the judge, I think, is pushing it all off until next week. Or at least the deliberations won't start until next week. So this will start coming to a close, but then we will get to the next criminal trial. We're really up against it. This is going to be going on for some time. Let's take a very quick break, and then we are going to address the following question. Should Joe Biden be courting anti-Trump Republicans for November? And if the answer is yes, how should he be doing it? We'll deal with that after this short break. I love my Helix sleep mattress. I've been sleeping on Helix mattresses for years now, which is why I asked them to be a sponsor. You actually take their famous sleep quiz, takes just a few minutes to answer questions about your sleep preferences, body type, sleep position, whether you have back pain, and Helix will match you with a mattress that's perfect for you, which is really unique and helpful because a lot of people don't know where to start when buying a mattress. I certainly didn't. Their newest collection of mattresses, called Helix Elite, come with a built-in Glaciotex layer to keep you cool at night, an extra layer of foam for pressure relief, and thousands of extra microcoils for best-in-class support and durability. All of their mattresses ship right to your door, totally free. They come with a 10 or 15-year warranty, and you get 100 nights to decide if you like it. Right now, for a limited time, Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. It's the biggest discount they've ever offered. Go to helixsleep.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.